2 years ago, the SLPD was an experiment with Linden Labs in an attempt to see how a police force might interact with people in Second Life. Some of the more determined and committed participants in that experiment formed the police department. With a charter to protect and serve, the group now helps people who are falling victim to a range of SL crimes, such as grieving, harassment, and stolen identities. To tell us more, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome my next guest, Commander Suz Bumbo.
Good evening.
Now, in a nutshell, Suz, is there essentially any difference between what you as the Second Life Police Department does and what a real-world cop shop would do?
Well, obviously, first of all, we don't arrest people. That's up to Linden's whether they want to ban or delete accounts. But we are here to help resolve and to teach and to help them protect themselves.
Well, I think people will be rather pleased to hear that, because there are some people who believe that a Second Life police force is unnecessary and even undesirable.
Well, and I can appreciate that. Part of that is because they might see us as a threat if they're educators as well, because that's partly what we do is educate. And then also the role players that are out there that role play as police who actually are not.
Yeah, they're just playing around with it, aren't they? But you people actually,
Right.
do you actually have any powers to get people suspended or even evicted from Second Life? Or are you more like, I don't know, facilitators?
Well, we're facilitators, but we do have some connections where we can try to get a hold of some people to try to get more immediate attention.
And what sort of typical crimes are you people dealing with on a day-to-day basis?
Oh, basically griefers, harassers, which is basically people pushing, shoving, spamming. Stolen identity could be a couple of things. It might be just that you gave out your password. If so, that's more your problem. But if it's where somebody has, with the technology, actually gone in and taken your identity, then that's something completely different. And that's where you need to stop and call the Lindens right away.
Yeah, that's the point, isn't it? That any kind of crime committed within Second Life, the Linden people need those statistics in order to be able to work on solutions, don't they?
Exactly. That's why we encourage you to try to file those abuse reports as much as possible to get a history on people.
Now, tell us about the 9/11 group. What's that?
Our 9/11 group is basically where you join that and you have access to police 24 hours, 7 days a week. And we can come in and help with the current situation, and then we'll even go on beyond that and teach you how to protect yourself and take care of yourself in the future.
So anybody experiencing difficulty, they need help, how do they find you?
They can find us in what's called Police Assist IM Group, SL's 911. We're the longest 911 search out there.
Now, Suz, you brought in a couple of billboards here. Looks like a missing persons thing over there. What's that?
Well, that's actually one of our officers' relatives. He is missing. He is from British Columbia, and he disappeared on February 14th. And he's 19 years old, and they still... Evidently, the case has kind of gone cold, and so we're really hoping we can get the word out there.
Yeah, this is for real. This is no fooling around. This is the real person in the real life. That's important. Yes. Suz Bumbo, the commander of the police department in the Second Life, thank you very much for joining us. Suz Bumbo, everybody.
Thank you.